Hello. How are you guys?
How's it going?
I forgot to get it on the video. Hold on one second. I need to pull up that video.
Seth Rollins with his best Joker laugh.
Charleston.
Hi, Giovanna. How are you?
Hi, Giovanna. We're a hot mess. Give us a second.
Yeah, we're trying to get it.
Getting everything together. I got to tweet. I'm gonna tweet out the link.
Twitter. She's gonna write with a bird. You're welcome.
All right, hold on. Yeah, it's good to see you too, sweetie.
You're welcome.
All right. Let me send out Facebook and Twitter, and we'll go. How about that? If you would like to talk about something, maybe talk about Josie's bowling thing yesterday.
That's right.
Before we get started, while I'm doing this.
Yesterday, Josie started. Well, it wasn't the beginning of the league. It was like the practice day for the league. Yeah, she sees your Drew thingy.
Yeah. Mini Drew over here. He judges me while I'm working.
But Josie started. Well, it wasn't the start of the league. It was the practice day and sign up for her youth bowling league, which she started yesterday. And I posted some pictures on Instagram and Facebook yesterday. And I think, and some videos. And I think Cherry posted a video as well. So, not only on Instagram and Facebook, but also on Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah. On the tweeter.
On the tweeter. So, really excited. She had a lot of fun. She actually rolls the ball decent for like first time ever with a fingertip ball, and first time bowling without bumpers. She did pretty good. So I was proud of her.
Good for
she
her.
was excited. So it was good.
Okay. For some reason, it won't let me get to the.
No.
It won't let me get to my Disney Beams.
Oh, page,
yeah. Okay,
weird.
Okay, there's Disney Beams. Okay.
Weird.
But now it won't let me get back into my regular page. Okay, this is weird.
Well, just post it.
I'm trying. I can't. I'm trying to find. Okay, here's this. All right, sending that.
You saw them, Giovanna. Very cool. She had a blast.
Okay, now how do I get back into my? Okay, there it is. All
right there.
That's how we do it. Okay, all right.
Right there.
Now let me tweet it.
Tweet her.
Let me tweet it. I'm gonna tweet it.
She's gonna tweet it.
Yeah.
On the Twitter.
All right. But yeah, so.
But she had a blast. Really, really happy that she had fun. That's the main thing, is just to go and have fun.
Yeah.
3MB
Drew. Yeah, I do.
That's what she was saying a minute ago.
Yeah, I do have 3MB Drew right here too. He's judging me too when I'm working. Oh, and so is Funko Pop Drew. They're constantly judging me. What can I say? So anyway. So hi, welcome to this episode of Disney Beams or Wrestling Beams, whatever you want to call us. I'm Cherry.
Gooch.
And Josie is asleep because we knew we would never get through this in a decent time unless she was asleep. Although for this video that we're going to be watching, it was just her and I. This was a part of our little Mommy and Josie road trip. Mm-hmm. This was the first show we went to in North Charleston. And the date was August 6th, 2022. This little trip we went on was absolutely amazing. Some amazing things happened.
A lot of cool stuff happened.
A lot of cool stuff happened. Especially,
I missed it.
I know. We wanted you to be there, but we know you couldn't. We know you
because of work.
Yeah, the work.
Being an adult sometimes is just not fun. We'll just leave it at that.
Like I said. But we still had an amazing time, and so we're going to talk about some of the behind the scenes stuff. Yes, it was very special. Especially this particular show right here. So we're going to talk about some things that happened and watch along the video. So let's go ahead.
Here we go.
Let's get started.
And away we go.
All right. So there's Josie and I being Goofy. Imagine that.
What else is new?
Yeah. So our hotel was literally like 0.1 miles away from the venue that we went to.
This first show that you were going to was in North Charleston,
South Carolina.
Right,
Yep.
and this was the Saturday night main event show.
And of course I did my my Drew McIntyre blue eyeshadow.
Josie had her nails done too, didn't she?
I don't think
she was.
Yes, we both. Well, she did, but she chipped them off the next day. I actually still have remnants of the Drew nails, but they had to get cut because they were long. Okay, so this is us with that's Josie with one of the refs. There she is hugging Bianca Belair.
Yeah, which is big for later in the
probably actually it'll come. That comes at the next next one we will be doing. But yeah, we got to meet Bianca, and then we met Tommaso Ciampa.
That's pretty funny too because he comes up later as well.
Yeah, so Tommaso was. And I did pause it. Yes, thank you. I love the nails too. They were just getting so long. I just couldn't function with them anymore. But so Tommaso Ciampa came out and did. Tonight we're just doing the North Charleston one. Then we're going to do another one later for the Fayetteville show. Because some really cool things happen with that one too.
That's right. You did 2 separate videos for.
Yes, I did 2 separate videos because they're long.
Yeah.
So Tommaso Ciampa came out. And was doing autographs and meeting people and everything. And so Josie was actually kind of a little scared of him. It was kind of weird. I'm like,
he's a little guy. He's not a big guy.
I'm like, Josie, you're almost as tall as him.
Right.
But he was so nice and he I think he has a daughter that's close to Josie's age too. And he looked at her, he saw her Drew shirt and she had her Drew sign in her hand. When she went up to get her picture made with him, he said, "Oh, do you have a sign for Drew?" And she said, "Yeah, I have a sign." He said, "Oh, well, he's great. He's one of my favorite people. He's fantastic." So we got that, and we got the picture with him. He's such a cool guy. But yeah, he will come into play later.
He'll come into play for the Fayetteville show.
No, I think it happened at this one.
Did it happen?
I think it happened at this one.
No, I thought they were talking about Broga this time.
Well, they did talk about Broga both times.
Both times, it was the denim one this time.
Yes,
not the Ciampa.
So that's Josie with Liv Morgan. We met her out there. We had met her before. She is so sweet. So the medieval metal shirt right there. This was the night.
On sale, right?
Well, this is the night after Drew wore it for the first time. When he came out to confront Roman and got attacked by the returning clown. Sorry if you like him, but don't be coming at me. I can't stand him and I never will. So
Karrion Kross,
killer clown, like I said. But anyway, but this was the night after Drew wore that for the first time, and so I immediately went on the WWE shop to see if it was for sale, but it wasn't for sale. But with the Superstar package, one of the perks you get is you get to go in and shop ahead of everyone else, so you don't have the long lines to wait in for the merch. You have to wait for your birthday, but they had that shirt available. It was the first night that they had that shirt available, so Josie and I were like, some of the first ones to get it. Yeah. Yes, we were some of the first ones to get it. Before I continue, I just want to say I've had the privilege of doing Superstar experiences with all 3 of the coordinators or the hosts, Billy Smith, Tenia, and Kat. I can't remember her last name, but Kat Simpson. All 3 of them were fantastic. For these 2 shows, we had Kat. And I'm going to talk about her later and some of the stuff she did for Josie. She is phenomenal. All 3 of them are amazing. So if you ever get a chance to do the Superstar experience, you're going to be in good hands because Billy, Tenia, and Kat they take care of you. And like I said, I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that they did for Josie that was incredible. All right. So, there's Josie with the shirt. And part of the Superstar experience is you get to go down to the ring and take pictures by the ring. So this is part of us. We're over by the set.
Your hair's a little shiny.
My hair is shiny.
Shiny.
I mean,
like shiny.
Like really shy. So Josie, of course, has to do a scorpion. She can't do a regular pose when she goes up there
Well,
by
there
herself.
has to be a Sting reference, even if you're a WWE show.
So she had to pull her leg up. So this Superstar Experience, we met the Street Profits.
Yeah, there they come in.
So they come in and they were great. They were so much fun. We got to I got to tell Angelo Dawkins, who knows our friend JD Drake, that JD said that he could beat him in bowling at any time, and
which is probably true.
Probably
JD's a pretty good bowler.
Yeah, but Angelo was like, "Oh man, no, you tell him I got him," and he was telling Montez, "Yeah, they know JD and all this kind of stuff," and we had a great interaction with them. They are so much fun. You can tell by the pictures that they took with us, and of course, I'm wearing my Kneel to the Still shirt. So then we met Natty. Now, I had already met Natty prior to this when she was at the Charlotte show, but she was so amazing. She told Josie how much she loved her glasses. She told me how much she loved my hair. We got hugs from her. She's just one of the absolute sweetest people. And of course, there's Josie with her Josie Lives in Claymore sign, which will come into play later, of course. And there's me at the ring. Byron Saxton was the announcer. Byron is fantastic. We'll talk more about him later. So the first match is Liv Morgan, who we love. Like all the women, especially the women on Raw, I just love all of them. I'm just like...
Well, she's on SmackDown, though. She's a SmackDown champion.
She is, but I'm just saying most of the ladies on the roster I just love.
They're all great. I like them. I think they have a really strong women's roster for sure.
Yes. But as you can see, we had incredible seats right there on the front way. We were actually sitting right behind Byron.
And Giovanna, it's okay if you're not that good at bowling. As long as you have fun, that's the main thing. That's what it's about.
So here comes Natty. Being Natty.
Natty being Natty, yeah.
She has a really good interaction with Natty on the next show when we'll talk about it at that time. So Natty and her had an incredible match.
The matches at the house shows always seem like they're better than the ones on TV.
There's not as many matches, but they're all so good.
They have more free reign and creativity with the creativity in the house shows.
Yes.
And I feel like they just have better matches at the house shows because they're not so constrained to time and all that stuff.
Yes. And I'm going to give a shout out to my girl, Crystal. She is doing her first Superstar Experience next week in Oakland.
Oh, so, Crystal good?
Yeah, Crystal, she's doing her first Superstar Experience.
She'll have a blast.
I already told Billy to take good care of her and everything, that tell her she knows, you know Cherry and Josie. So Liv Morgan won the match, and let's see.
No, Giovanna Roma's never getting this shirt back.
Never.
In fact,
we're going to show that one later.
It's right here.
It's under here.
In fact, that shirt happens to be right here.
Yeah,
that's the Roman Reigns shirt right there.
No. Yeah, Drew gave that to Josie. Josie already told him he ain't getting it back.
He ain't getting that back.
Nuh-uh. And don't get me started on him right now. So Liv gives a speech. This is after SummerSlam. This is the week after SummerSlam, which we went to, and we did not do a watch along for that because I wasn't able to include a whole lot in the way of the wrestling videos. It was mostly us goofing around when we were there at the show, and then the stuff that we did in the VIP party, because I actually released it with the match footage before, but WWE flagged me, so I had to redo it. And yes, you are from San Francisco. We have to actually be going. Cool. We actually have to be going to San Francisco next year.
Well, we're going to Reno.
Yes, but
we're hoping that we're able to take a day trip out to San Francisco while we're out there.
Yes. So there's Liv. She looked over at Josie and smiled at her. She's adorable. I adore Liv. See, and there she is. She's giving Josie a hug. All right, so the next match was Dolph Ziggler. Is Dolph Ziggler versus was it Tomas? Let's see who this match was. So Dolph is wearing the denim.
Yep, he's wearing the denim, and that's important for right now. So for what's coming up.
Yeah.
And Josie's already saying, "Where's the broga?"
Yeah, Josie's saying, "Where's the broga?"
Now, if you don't know what broga is,
Okay.
it was from an episode of Edge and Christian's the Edge and Christian show that reeks of awesomeness.
That totally reeks of awesomeness. Yeah. So they had this skit that
and Dolph Ziggler was in it.
It was a parody of Total Divas called Total Divos. It was Edge, Christian, Dolph, Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and
Broga. That's right.
And Tyler Breeze and Fandango. I was going to say Brian Myers, but he was known as Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. So Christian comes in and he talks about this broga that he's invented, which men's yoga wear. I mean, and they have broga. All this thing. Well, Edge decides to steal his moment because he's the ultimate opportunist, and it winds up being in a big cat fight, like they do a little slap fight, like they would do on Total Divas. It was hilarious. So the first thing Josie is just like, I want to ask Dolph about broga.
So she asked him, "Where's the broga?"
And he remembered it. So here he is. Like I said, he's got the. So here he coming to talk to Josie. So he's not going to wear my denim.
Makes it feel like he's still the 80s.
So it's just like he's like
fist bump here.
And so there's Tommaso Ciampa in his green.
In the green outfit.
Okay, so here he comes. See, here they are. This was what was captured on WWE.
This is on WWE's Instagram, but it's from the different angle. You can see the camera there.
The camera guy's right there. It's not Matt who's running the camera. He said.
So that interaction ended up on WWE's Instagram page.
You saw the episode with the one with Drew doing the Hulk thing. Oh my god, that was hilarious.
But yeah, that
sweat,
whole
if you
go on to WWE's Instagram page, you'll see that whole interaction on WWE's Instagram
basically
page.
It's her and Dolph
critiquing Ciampa's
green
ring gear.
Yeah. It's hilarious. It was like he said, "Well, it's green. It's kind of like barf, and it makes me want to barf." So,
and she's like, "Yeah." They were saying it doesn't fit him. It doesn't go with this.
Yeah,
character.
they were just totally shading Ciampa. So it was Bobby versus Ciampa versus Ziggler for the U.S. title.
In a triple threat match.
In a triple threat match. This was a great match. I can't remember if it was this one or if it was the Fayetteville one, but there was this woman that was kind of sitting kind of catty corner. She was giving Bobby crap. Oh my God, she was just like the biggest Bobby hater in the world. It was so freaking funny. I think it was the night before, and there's Ciampa.
We've grown fond of Dolph because he was really good with Josie Giovanna.
Yeah, so I mean,
we've always thought he's very talented.
He's incredibly talented.
But he was great with Josie, so that just kind of sold us.
And he was tag team champion. I mean, that's exact Claymore is like one of my favorite tag team moves of all time. I love that move. So Ciampa was over there sitting, watching him do all the work. She was saying, I don't remember what he was saying. I was just so excited. And she was talking about the cameraman was right there. So for this show, I was sitting on the second row behind her because there were no seats together on the front row. So I took the second row on the end and like right directly behind her. And since I was her mom, they let me kind of come up over and get footage with her just so I can, because she's my child. But yeah, I love Drew too. I've been driving the Drew fan train for since 2007. I hear you, girl. But like I said, there was some really good action. Really good. This match was incredible. And Bobby is definitely over. I mean, he's more over now than he was when he was champion. That's for sure. And Ciampa, Tommaso Ciampa is incredible.
He's great in the ring.
Oh my God, he's so good.
I really liked him when he in NXT and even before. So
DIY. How do I feel about Braun Strowman being back? Choo choo.
I mean, he's a big guy. He's a monster. You really haven't seen Omos a whole lot lately, so I guess they needed to fill that void to have the big guy in there. But
near fall by Dolph. But yeah,
I mean, he gets in the ring. What I don't like about Braun Strowman, and this is not a slight against him. It's about how they use his character. I really don't like that they use him to go and destroy all the tag teams.
That really bothered me.
I'm sorry, he shouldn't be able to go in and beat up the Street Profits. The Street Profits are a top tier team.
Yes.
Okay. He shouldn't be able to go in and beat up Alpha Academy because Chad Gable's amazing and Otis. I mean, oh my gosh, he's a tree trunk like they say.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Strowman should be able to go in and do that to them.
So Lashley won. Josie was kind of booing him because she wanted Dolph to win. Okay, so this match switched over to Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor came in and attacked him from behind.
This is before the turn.
Yeah, this is before the turn. So Josie and I are all about Judgment Day because I'm a huge Finn Balor fan. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not cheering against Finn Balor, especially against Dominic Mysterio. Are you kidding? Yeah.
And I like Damian Priest fine. And I like Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
so,
I like Rhea Ripley.
I like the faction, and I'm not really a big Dominic Mysterio fan. No. I like the faction less now that Dominic's a part of it.
Yeah. Someone said, and I swear I about died laughing, said that he looked like a man, like a waiter at Olive Garden. And now I can't get that visual out of my, with that black button up shirt, I can't get that visual out of my head. Oh my God. So there's Damian Priest. Oh,
excuse me.
It's supposed to pan up. The picture didn't pan up. So there's Finn beating up on Dominic.
Wow, which is
par.
Rhea beats up on him later, I'm sure.
No, she wasn't there.
Oh well.
It was just Damian and Finn.
Later,
and Ray wasn't there either.
Later, as in a later date.
But someone said that they saw Ray, but I never saw him. But he didn't never come out. And of course, Josie and I are like, and Josie keeps screaming, "Rise for the Judgment Day!" I'm like, "That's my girl.
Funny.
That's my girl." And I love me some Finn Balor. He's one of my Euro boys. Toast to you, Finn. Yes. But
more footage of abdominal stretch with Finn.
Mm-hmm. So if you saw social media when we were at SummerSlam, you know that we went into the podcast with Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
And Josie she stole the show again. Me at SmackDown. Drew, yeah, I'm the same way. You can always hear me when I'm filming a video. If Drew's coming out, you can hear me. But so Josie got to ask Finn Balor a question, and so they just pointed right to her, and she got this because he had talked about he had started his own like athletic wear line, right? Yes. So yes, she asked him, "Are you joining Maximum Male Models?" And he started laughing. He
didn't know what to say.
He couldn't even.
Actually, everybody started like, "Yeah, Finn, what about Maximum Male Models?"
And everyone like they clapped for her and like it was like yeah. And he couldn't even talk. He was laughing so hard. All right, so Finn beat the little boy there and there was much rejoicing. There's Damien.
I was right with the world.
I was right with the world.
Right.
There's Damien and Finn Damien was right by us. This was like my third or fourth time seeing Damien live, and only my second. Okay, so there's Asuka. Josie gets a high five from her. You see Josie's face like.
She loves getting the high fives.
She loves getting the high fives. She loves Asuka. Asuka was one of her favorites
from even when she first came out.
Yeah, she's a big Asuka fan. First time, I mean, I remember seeing Asuka. Like, I knew who she was, but the first time I ever really saw her was at TakeOver Orlando. And it was the night that Drew came back to WWE when they showed him in the crowd there's
Carmella.
NXT. Yeah, so this is the night that Carmella got hurt, and there's Carmella dancing.
And didn't Josie say I'm prettier than you? And she said, yes, you are.
Okay, so Carmella was over towards us, and Carmella said, or Josie said, Carmella, I'm prettier than you. And Carmella stuck her head out and looked at her and said, yes you are. so big ups to Carmella for that.
Yes, big ups to Carmella.
But this is the night that Carmella, we haven't seen Carmella since this night. She got hurt in this match. But yeah, I love seeing Asuka and Carmella dancing to Bianca's theme song. That's incredible. But yeah, it's like she did a flip or something, and that accidentally I think knocked heads with Bianca or something. But she got hurt, and because the way they ended the match was very, very weird.
Yeah, it was very. It was just off.
It was very abrupt how they ended that match. Like, she was out of the ring, and you saw people coming. You saw like trainers and stuff coming down the aisle checking on her. So I saw them throw the X up too. So I knew something was going on. So if you don't know what that means, throwing the X up.
It means
that's a signal from the ref.
Yeah.
No, that's a signal from.
Let her be.
That's a signal from the ref to the back, and saying, "Hey, we need a trainer." Yep. And then to the other wrestlers, no, don't.
Don't keep after her. Yeah.
Yeah. But this was another. That was it right there.
That's where they hit her. She hit her head.
I didn't even realize I had that on. Yeah, like Bianca, like she came sliding in to do something, and Bianca did like the little flip over, and she knocked heads. And yes, I miss Pat McAfee already.
Yes, absolutely miss Pat McAfee.
But you know what? You have Nigel McGuinness and Wade Barrett, and even Byron Saxon there. But you really going to put Corey Graves there? Really? Why? Yeah. But so they have Asuka and Bianca finish the match. But once again, another great match. This was for the Raw Women's Championship. But yeah, it was just, I didn't even realize that I had her injury on video till just now. And you could tell that it was because her eyes just like automatically went, and she rolled out of the ring.
Yeah. Not only is he boring, I mean, I find some of his commentary offensive.
Very, yeah. Don't be said something about Dakota Kai's parents. And Dakota has gone on record talking about the abuse that she suffered. No.
Yeah, leave that alone.
No, I'm not talking about Dakota. Gigi Dolan. He did that this past week. I'm like, don't be doing that. I'm just not a fan of him.
Yeah,
at all.
Not a fan of Corey Graves.
Yeah. So Josie's got one of her ponytails and slinging it around like Bianca, trying to swing it around like Bianca. And there she is. And I always try to put my Josie's hair in like the two ponytails because it just stays out of her face and it doesn't get as messed up.
But she's also more recognizable that way.
She's very recognizable, and she's really cute that way too.
She does.
Okay, here she comes.
Bianca's coming over.
And Josie gets another high five.
Now the next night.
And there she is slinging her hair.
Yep. Now the next night is the night that had the really cool interaction with.
And we'll do that when we get to that.
We'll talk about that.
So there's Josie. This is really cool. So we met Byron right there, and so he said, I wish she was behind me every single night because she's incredible. Her energy is incredible, and she's had me laughing the entire show. But so I took the picture of him, like, with the microphone up at Josie's, and I tweeted it and said Byron Saxton will legit be interviewing Josie as the SmackDown Women's Champion in about 10 years. And Byron actually quote tweeted it and said, I can't wait. So
yeah,
Byron's
awesome.
Byron's such a cool dude. I love him. Josie loves school. Josie loves school. She absolutely really good.
It. Yep.
She loves doing the AIG thing.
Yep.
Okay, so this right here, this so this is the picture of Drew that they have that he signs and they sell at the shows. With the signature. I actually have a couple of them already, but Kat came and gave one to Josie, and I didn't buy one because, like I said, we had a couple others, but she went and she told Drew, I have a friend in the front row and I really want you to sign this for her. So she went and got Drew to sign this specifically for Josie. And so Josie was just like, oh my gosh, well, thank you. And I told her, if you go back there and tell Drew that your friend is Mini Miss Dance Josie from Cameo, if you remember her video, he'll know exactly who you're talking about. And so apparently she does, thus leading to some of the interactions that's going to happen later. Okay, but this is her showing off the video or the signed Drew pic. I love that picture. But that was signed specifically for her. So, okay, here comes Shinsuke Nakamura.
Another one of Josie's favorites.
Another one of Josie's favorites. Here he comes. A little bit later, it's going to be hard to see, but I have it, but because it was dark. But he does come over and like high fives her when I'm trying to remember who he was facing that night. We're going to find out soon enough.
Yeah.
But he came over and high fived her. But yeah, Nakamura. So I've got a video of Josie. I think she was maybe 4. Like she's watching him on Raw, and she like points up there. She's doing his dance. Then she points up and looks back at me and says, "Nakamura's my friend." And then she starts doing her little dance. Oh my!
I remember that. I remember when that happened.
He waved at you at SmackDown. That was awesome. Yeah, I love Shinsuke. Oh, he's facing Walter or Gunther, whatever.
Gunther, yeah.
So,
Walter.
So some funny stuff happened with this too.
Well, that was the next night that you met.
Well, that's when we met. Yeah. But this is the night that Ludwig Kaiser got himself a face full of Josie. So he's doing his heel shtick and telling like looking at everyone. Well, Josie starts screaming at him. I don't even remember what she was screaming. Maybe said his name is Walter. Not that. Yes. Okay. So that's the picture right there. Like he's looking, and
he just walks away.
He just walks, and like she's just like screaming at him, and he just looks at her like that, and then I think a couple of times. Yeah, this is another time, and she's screaming at him again. There he goes, looking at her again, like she's like, "Come on, bro, come on." She just, yeah, and this was another. I mean, so when we went to SmackDown the following week, that was when that incredible Shinsuke versus Gunther match happened on the main event for SmackDown in Raleigh. And I was like, I've already seen this twice that following week, and I'll gladly watch it live again because this was a brutal, hard-hitting match. It was so freaking good.
Two guys that oh, you met Gunther at the airport?
Yeah, really I remember cool. That. I remember that. That happened when you flew in to meet Drew. Yeah, that was awesome.
But I mean, you've got King of Strong Style, and we know Gunther is he's very stiff.
Can we give up a little bit of love for the Sheamus shirt? Lobster head, too many limes.
Too many limes.
Can we get some love for the Sheamus shirt? And I got the Claymore Country shirt on. Of course, this right here. This is I think this is when Sheamus comes out and interrupts the tag match, and then Drew comes out, and it winds up being 3-man tag match. The other Shinsuke. And right now, Josie's short enough to where she can stand up, and and it be just the right height to where it looks like she's sitting down. So, you know, you don't have to scream at her to tell her to sit down.
Right.
And of course, you know, Josie's going nuts. Oh, and there's the distraction from Kaiser, who, by the way, he's actually very nice and has a really nice smile. And he was, and we'll talk more about that for the next show. So this is Seth Rollins coming out to taunt Bros, and of course everyone's screaming the oh. It was a dream, and we'll talk about that dream come true last night. That night for this night, yes. But yeah, he's coming out to taunt. He looks like your aunt who's trying to be really cool and will let the kids drink at her house. He's got that like weird coat on.
But he's coming out to taunt Riddle.
Yes. And then Josie's screaming, "Burn it down!" Yeah, he's got like capris on and got that weird coat on, like party at Auntie Seth's.
Right. It's like, she said Seth's laugh is like a witch. Like a witch. It's like a cross between a witch and the Penguin from Batman.
that is. But yeah, I love Seth Rollins. He's hilarious.
Hey, Crystal, how are you?
Hello, girl.
We mentioned you a little while ago.
Yes,
You'll be doing your first Superstar
experience. Yes, girl. So excited for you. I'm so freaking excited for you. Billy's gonna take good care of you. I told him to take good care of you, girl. But yeah, Seth looking
as only Seth can look.
Yes.
That's to coin a phrase.
That's a turn of phrase. Yes.
To coin a phrase.
And there he is. He's talking, and there's Josie screaming at him because that's what Josie does.
Yeah, that's what she
missed
does.
it. But yeah, you haven't missed the part where we're talking about Drew yet, other than the picture that the cat got signed for. You haven't missed the Drew thing yet.
Yeah, she missed the part where we talked about her doing her first Superstar experience.
Yes, well, we're talking about it coming now, up, girl.
Yeah, it's coming up.
So excited for you. Oh. All right. Oh, so Riddle came out and started beating Seth up.
And Seth beat him down.
Yeah, pretty standard. Okay, now he comes back over by Josie and grabs the chair from Byron Saxton, and he's gonna he does this. I think he's getting ready to do the stomp or something. Oh, the Street Profits came down. That's right, because they have the tag match right after this with Roman's Cuzzy Wuzzies. Yes, good luck, Crystal, doing the Superstar experience. Good luck, girl.
You're going to have a blast.
Make your sign. Remember.
Yep, make your sign.
Make a sign. Bay Area neighbors. That's right. She's in Oakland. That's right. All right.
So, wait a minute. Crystal's in Oakland?
She is. What?
When we go to Reno?
I'm sure you remember me. I was right behind you in Florence. Your daughter was determined not to give Roman his shirt back. That's great.
Yep.
Hey, Daquan, how are you doing?
Oh
yeah, we got the shirt right over there.
Yeah, we were just showing that shirt.
Go ahead and show the shirt again. So another shirt comes into play with this video, actually. Yeah, she was like,
yeah, there's the shirt right there.
Yep, that's the shirt right there. She was just like, I ain't giving, like, no, Drew gave it to me. It's mine. And Roman starts wagging his finger at her.
That's funny.
Oh, so here come the Usos. So this was...
No, but what I was saying... Pause it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Pause it for a second.
Okay.
Crystal, you're in the Bay Area, right? And
she is.
We were talking about going to Reno. We're going to Reno next summer.
Yes, we are.
The week of the 4th of July. I bowl in Reno July 4th and 5th. We're thinking about potentially taking a day trip to San Francisco.
So that means you need to come up and say
I'm just
hi.
saying. I'm just saying.
Come and say hi.
If that happens and we do take a day trip to San Francisco.
No. But
I'm just saying.
But Daquan, that is fantastic. I'm glad you remembered us. But Josie makes an impression on
She does. She's hard to forget.
Everybody. And she's actually, like I said, she's getting ready to add another shirt to her collection right after this.
So, or even Crystal, if you happen to come up to Reno while we're there, it's only 4 hours away. I mean, we're going to be there the week of the 4th of July.
Yes, girl.
So just keep that in mind.
Me and some of the girls are talking about doing some of the Drew Crew girls are talking about doing a little road trip. A little road trip.
Well, a weekend,
come to San Francisco. I want to go to San Francisco.
Yeah, we want to do that anyway. So if we come for a day trip, then yeah.
Okay, so it's Street Profits versus Usos for the tag team titles. So they start doing the same thing that they did in Florence. Like they grab the Usos shirt and throw it into the crowd to this kid, and I got this on camera. Usos
it was a hat.
Yeah, it was a hat, and he's telling the kid, "Hey, throw my hat back. I want my damn hat back." And the kid is a Roman fan and throws the hat back, and the Street Profits are like, "That's free merch. What are you doing?
What are you doing?"
So the Street Profits grab it again, and then they throw it back out there. And I'm like, man, they should have. Yeah, the kid threw it back. And I'm like, you should have just given it to Josie. You know he wasn't getting that hat back if Josie got it.
Yeah, then it was like way out in the crowd.
He threw it way out in the crowd. It wasn't coming back after that. And Montez, I'm telling you what, he was on that night. He, like, during the Superstar Experience and the entire match. And when they're doing the Usos, Montez being salty, going, "It says Usos." They're so funny. There's Montez acting a fool in the ring. I love them. They were so great to meet. We actually met them twice that weekend. We met them at the next show as well. And then Josie would have Roman shirt and an Uso hat. That's right.
That's right.
Like I said, okay, so Sheamus came out and interrupted. And so the Usos, they got the distraction win. You're from South Carolina, went to the recent one in Charleston, talked to Drew at the end, got a fist bump. Well, we were there.
Yeah,
this is the North Charleston show.
North Charleston show right there.
Because we were there.
Yeah, this is the show that they're talking about. Yeah, that's the show. That's the show the video is from.
Glad you got it on camera. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So the Usos jump them from behind, and then Sheamus decides to join in with this, like he does. Because he's a member of the bloodline apparently at this point. But now so there they are. Josie's okay. Here comes Drew.
Yeah.
And yes, you can hear me screaming my head off. And Josie's got her sign up. She's going nuts,
doing her thing.
Yep. Here he comes. Yes, that's me screaming.
And you can see now. Pay attention to the shirt he has on right here.
So this was the first night. This is the medieval metal shirt that he had worn for the first time the night before at SmackDown. Right. So and Josie's I'm like right behind her, and she's got sign. I'm trying to like Josie. I'm trying to get it on video.
Yeah, but she's letting them see it. Yeah.
She's like, I did tell her make sure Drew sees the sign, of course.
Yeah.
Get that picture with Drew at SmackDown in New York. Got a hug and a high five. Well, we're getting there. So at that point,
he sees it right there.
Yeah, he sees it, but he already knew it. He knew it was there because Kat, the lady with from the back from Superstar Experience told him, "Hey, Josie's there." So yes, and we're happy for you too, Giovanna.
Yes, we are.
Y'all were across from me in Charleston. My little brother got Jimmy's hat the second time.
That's great.
Yes, you got it. Yes, good.
That's great.
He ain't getting his hat taken up with Roman. That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
So Drew is saying, we're not going to do this. It's going to be a 6-man tag. And there he goes.
There's Angela.
He goes Angela to Byron. I'm just like, can I just like touch the sword?
But we've got some down in.
I know.
I've had claymores for like years.
I know, but still.
I collect swords, so I mean,
yeah.
I have about 20 or 30 different swords down in the garage. Several claymores, as a matter of fact.
So he's telling the crowd, call him a chicken. And Daquan, you were there. You know what they were, what he was saying. Drew's such a dork, I swear. That's why we love him. He's a dork. And but that's fantastic. That your little brother got the hat. That makes my heart happy. I love it.
Oh, you thought he was going to bring it during your experience with him, Giovanna? Something tells me that they probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah, probably not. Yes, we do love. Yes, we do. All right, so there's Sheamus. There they are coming to. Okay, so Drew tosses the mic to Byron. Here, let's see. They're waiting on Lou. So okay, so Drew's taking off the shirt. And yes, I scream. Shh, don't judge me. Okay, so he throws right here. He throws his shirt to there was a crew guy that was sitting right in front of us. All right. Hi, Marta. How are you? Hey, girl. So we're talking about what happened that night. So we're on Drew in North Charleston. All right. So Drew threw the shirt to the crew guy. So right here, she's like, I got his shirt. So I'll just look. So, and there she is. Now she hugged the shirt. Okay. So I saw him throw the shirt. I looked up in the ring, and then all of a sudden, Josie's got this shirt in her hand. And I'm like, Josie, did you get Drew's shirt? She was like, yes, I got his shirt. So
this is Drew's shirt that he wore to the ring that night.
This is Drew's actual shirt.
That he wore to the ring that night. And as it turns out, he had told the crew guy to give it to Josie.
That's what I was getting to that.
Sorry.
So I told the crew guy, because he had been kind of interacting with us. I'd seen that Drew guy somewhere before. Well, you mean that one right there? Yeah, that one? Right. Okay, so I told the crew guy, thank you for giving her that shirt. And he said, oh no, I'd already talked to Drew. He told me to give it to her. So
yeah. So that's awesome.
So he knew Josie was there. So, but yes, this is, and just like Roman, it's a size large. But of course, I mean, it was super stretched out. He probably actually wears an XL.
He probably needs a 2X.
He probably needs a 2X, but it was like stretched. Like when we first got it, it was like stretched to like a 2X.
Because I remember when I was even running marathons and I was 210 pounds. Yes, I at one time ran marathons and I don't look like it now.
I used to run too.
But when I was running marathons, I was at 210 pounds. I was in a 2X. So, I mean.
All right, there's Sheamus talking. She's still screaming, I got his shirt! She is so funny. And she's holding the sign up again. She's so proud of that sign. We actually got like a water streak down. Drew is a real cool dude. Wish came to the Carolinas more. You know, Carolina gets like, and there's just a bunch of Drew pictures. We get a decent amount of shows. We're not getting that many, for the rest of the year unless they book something for like the December holiday shows. Yeah. There is a Raw here in Charlotte
in
October, but it's on a Monday. Josie's got school the next day, and I don't know if Drew's going to be on that or not. Let's see. I think all WWE crew told Drew that Josie was going to be there. Probably so. But I just got a bunch of pictures and videos of the match. He is such an amazing, sweet guy. He's done so much for her. Just that video that cameo he made for her made a huge impact on her. And I finally got to tell him that night a little bit later thank you. You got your tickets for Raw? Awesome.
Yeah, we're not going to make it to that one because it's school night, but
yeah, and Josie dances on 5 nights a week, including Mondays. So,
yep.
I mean, if it wasn't for school being the next night, I probably would just.
If it was summertime.
Oh, if it was summertime, we'd be there, no doubt. Usually, I definitely like to make the house shows because they're so much fun. So much stuff happens. I mean,
I just feel like they're better shows than the ones that are televised.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, yeah.
You went to Raw in San Francisco.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, we have not been to a Raw yet with Josie.
We've been to SmackDowns.
Was it SmackDowns or 3 SmackDowns?
3 SmackDowns.
3 SmackDowns. Including the one in Raleigh. We'll do a watch along for that one too. We're gonna do a watch along for this one, and then we did and then the one in Fayetteville, and then we're doing the next one for and then we'll do the next one for the Raleigh show. But yeah, just a bunch of pictures of Drew and videos of Drew and some of the action from the ring. Okay. Yeah, Drew got knocked. Oh, one of the Street Profits got knocked off, and he's Drew's checking on him. So Drew's going to stand up and do the stomp up the stairs.
Stomp up the stairs, yeah.
It is less pressure at the house shows. They just have that freedom. Oh, there he goes. Drew's looking at the crowd and being a dork because that's what he does. Yeah, it's stomp with his gigantic feet. And I'm screaming, of course. Trying to tell him, get up here. Come on, man. Come on. But yeah. So I have to give credit to my dear friend Denise. We were originally Josie and I were just going to go to the Fayetteville show. She talked me okay, so Drew got in the ring. So Denise talked me into getting these tickets and actually making it a weekend thing. And I couldn't thank her more because this night is when the really cool stuff happens. Drew's hugs are a lot like a bear hug. Yes,
this is the one you weren't originally going to go to.
We weren't originally going to go to this show, but I'm so glad that my girl Denise, who, if you watched our video for our SummerSlam trip, our videos for the SummerSlam trip, she was there. She was there. But she was the one who convinced me to go to the show. So love you, girl. She actually recently came up to watch Clash from Orlando to watch Clash. She was here for Clash, yeah. And I'm glad she was here. I needed her for that. Don't get me started.
Anyway.
Don't get me started.
But yes, I agree, Daquan. They do have a lot more freedom at the house shows.
Yes.
That's absolutely true.
Yes. Yeah, I love doing the house shows. Drew. So so when we get to that part of the video, I'll tell you about what Josie said about Drew's hug. Yes, Denise, if you're watching, thank you, girl. I love you. Thank you. This happened, and her and I had a long conversation, and I'll talk about that after. So then Sheamus comes in with the shillelagh and gets disqualified. And actually, after the match, when we get to see Drew, he's actually got he had a red mark on his belly. So Sheamus really hit him. So they won by disqualification, and Sheamus being a bad boy, just beating up on his bestie. What you doing that for, sir? Come on. But yeah. So Drew rolls over and gets the microphone, and you know what's going to happen. It ain't going like that. Yeah, he's telling him, no, we're going to street fight. Boom.
This was right before the shillelagh fight too, wasn't it?
No, this was after the shillelagh fight because this was after SummerSlam. Because this was after SummerSlam.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But Sheamus still had that broken shillelagh. Yeah, you like that? We got 3 matches to close out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sheamus can't say WWE.
Oh my God, Drew, I swear to God, I don't know why people tried Drew on Twitter or anything like that, because he roasts every single one of them. He's a savage. So he's telling them, street fight. Bring it. All right. So yeah, we're gonna have a street fight. And then the Usos and Sheamus are like, bye. And then Drew and Drew's like, oh, you want us to go get him? You want to go? Okay, we're gonna go get him.
We'll go get him.
Times where I got nervous to DM Drew on Twitter, even though he follows me. I wish he would follow me, dude. I've been like a huge fan since 2007. Come on, man. Come on. He follows Denise. Come on, man. Sir. Tell him to follow me, G. I'm just kidding.
Huh.
All right, so Drew and Sheamus are fighting on the outside. Of course they are. That's what they do. Yeah. No, there they are right in front of us. Drew's like right there. And we're screaming. And Josie's screaming. I think she said, you ain't gonna beat Drew, Lobster Head. But we do love Sheamus though. You know, when he's not facing Drew. I mean, loves her head. I'm just saying. But okay, so Sheamus had him doing the 10 beats of the Bowery, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love Sheamus. Sheamus is like my second favorite in WWE. Like I said, if he's not facing Drew. Okay, so people are screaming for tables. Like you do in a street fight. Guess what? He says,
get the tables.
Montez, Angelo, get the tables. And of course, Montez has to be extra and stumble back even further.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was I guess it was a throwback to the Dudley Boys.
It was. Of course, Drew's fixing his hair, knowing that his hair's not in his face. Okay, sir. I know what you're doing. All right, so, but usually the rule of a tables match is you don't want to be the one setting it up. Because if you set it up, you're the one going through it. Yeah. Okay, so little super kick party. Wrong company, I know. From the Usos, and there's the 1D, 3D, whatever.
Whatever you want to call it.
So, okay, Dawkins comes in, breaks it up. Drew's laying there. And he just plowed the Uso right into the table. That's fantastic. All right, so Sheamus had
Shillelagh time.
No.
Oh, it's chair time.
Chair time. He is a character. He is funny as hell. Yes, he is. And there I'm screaming at Sheamus. Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to break Montez Ford out as a single star. I think.
But I love the Street Profits. I love the Street Profits
so much. I love the Street Profits. I think they can both be have success in singles competition. But Montez is a star. He just flat out is. Not that Dawkins isn't, but Montez is taking it up.
He's
taking it up a notch.
He's incredible. But yeah, he during the Superstar Experience that night, he was so on. He was hilarious. Oh my God. Then of course there's Sheamus. He's going to try to bro kick Drew, and you know that's not going to end well. Let's just face it. All right, so Drew's got Cherry through it. Sheamus
just throws it at him. Yeah.
That's a callback to Drew Galloway in ICW. He would just throw the chair at the person's head. Okay, so right by Josie, she's screaming her head off. It's Claymore time. Time to go to Claymore country, like the shirt says. Oh, they remind me of the updated version of Crime Time. I love them.
Yeah.
I loved Crime Time. Chad Gaspard, rest his soul.
Knowing that he was a true hero, period.
Total hero. Okay, so Drew just pinned Sheamus, and they're getting ready to do their little thing. ICW Drew, yes. He was on another level, I swear.
He did interrupt the top rope, yeah.
Splash off the top rope. And here comes Sheamus. Montez
gets some air, too.
He has got some serious air. So this is, I think I posted a picture of this or the video of this. So they get the chairs and the remnants of the table and kind of set it up, and the Street Profits are, like hitting on, playing on the table and all this kind of stuff. This is a really funny exchange. And if you want to, after this video, if you haven't watched our entire video, you can, excuse me, you can go back and watch it.
Yes.
As it is, so you can actually see the footage. So here they are. They're setting up the chairs and they're getting ready to set up the rest of the table like they're going to be sitting on the table. And of course, Drew's saying the table was the star of the night. And there they are. And Drew's giving the end of the night pep talk.
The end of the night speech.
Yes. It's very rare. I've never met, I've never had any really super negative reactions with any wrestlers. I've had really positive ones. Yes, the next part is a dream come true. Absolutely. I've been waiting on this since 2007. I really have. I really had. But, and of course, Josie screaming, "I love you, Drew!" So he's talking to Montez, talking about his physique, how he's buffing up. And so he's telling Montez to get up and show his guns. I hope he claymores the hell out of Carrie. Oh, you got blocked by him on Twitter too. Me too.
I haven't been blocked yet, but I don't tweet at him.
Okay, so I didn't tweet at him either. He was vanity searching, saw me call him Killer Clown. And so Montez and fell over backwards. It was hilarious. Because I can't stand. I cannot stand it. I've never been able to stand him. The fact that man got put over people like Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano. No, I don't think they've ever faced each other.
Oh wow.
But yeah, so I think he was vanity searching and saw me calling him Hot Topic Killer Clown. I never tweeted at him because I don't care enough about him to tweet at him.
Mr. I'm wearing bondage gear.
Yeah, Triple H can try to erase that. I'm never going to forget it.
No.
So Montez is just laying there. He just stayed laying there, and so they put the table remnants over top of him and took a picture. And they took a picture. Okay, so here's Drew getting up on the turnbuckle. And he bows and bows and bows. He points at that, and then he points right at Josie because he sees her sign. Okay, and so they take the picture of them posing with the thing. Yeah. So they get out of the ring, and I'm like, oh my God, they're getting out over here. They're going to meet. We're going to meet them. So Drew starts going the other way. I'm like, oh.
She's like, not again. Because it's been.
No, I've been wanting to meet. Okay, so then,
but every time it seems to go, he goes the opposite way.
But so he turned around and he came closer and closer and closer. And I didn't get it on video. I thought I was doing a video, but it wound up just being pictures of him coming over. But he's right there. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to happen. And Josie's jumping up and down, freaking out because Drew is her hero. I mean, he is. So there he is. Oh, and there he is. He spots us. And he just goes in and gives Josie this huge bear hug. Just he hugged her like he had known her his entire life. And that little girl just went absolutely insane. And that right there, right here. I've been waiting on this since 2007. Finally got my picture. Finally got to meet Drew McIntyre right here. That right there was worth every single penny that we paid for that. And Josie just was in heaven. And I was in heaven. I was just oh my God, finally. Oh God. so full of joy, and he was just so sweet. He took the picture with us. This was a guy who was on the front row with Josie that he was really sweet. We didn't really mean to get him in the picture, but you know,
he kind of photobombed.
He kind of photobombed, but it's okay.
All right.
But yeah, that's what we met Drew and Josie. So Josie described his hugs as nice, warm, and tight. She said his hugs are so warm and so nice and so tight. She said it was almost a little too tight. It like kind of. I said no, Josie. No, Drew McIntyre cannot hug you tight enough. No. Don't. You're good. You're good. But I was so happy for her. I was happy for me. Anyone that gets a chance to meet him, do it. He is an incredible human being. Is so giving and so loving. What did Drew say? So I got some more pictures. He came in when he came in for the hug. He said, "Hey Josie, how you doing?" And she. So I asked her. I couldn't hear everything he was saying, and she said, "I don't know. I was just so happy. I just talked to him." I think she asked him if he could sign her sign, but he didn't hear her. I get because it was really, really loud in there.
Because his music's playing.
Yeah, because the music. But right before he walked off, I just told him, I said, "Look, I didn't even talk about me being a longtime fan. I didn't even talk about anything like that. I just told him, thank you so much for everything you have done for her." I said, you don't realize the impact that you've had on her." And he said, "Oh, no. Thank you guys. You guys have always been so supportive, and you come to the shows, and I can't do what I do without you. So thank you." And I'm just like,
Daquan, that's the same experience we've had with him as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he really does. When he's engaging you, it's like there's nothing else going on.
Yes, he takes the time to engage everyone. He is just such an amazing human being. I mean, and as I put when he quote tweeted my reaction video last year, if you see my my Twitter, I've got it pinned where I'll say Drew McIntyre is an amazing wrestler, but an even better human being. And it's from when he quote tweeted my video of Josie's reaction to his cameo video. And ever since then, he's just like, he does, when he knows Josie's in the audience, he points at her, does something to make her for her. It's just, he's just so amazing. But yeah, I had been waiting on that. I had been waiting on that for 15 years. I was quite happy. I was happy for myself. I didn't get my hug, and that's fine. I did it. I let her have it. I got my high five the following week in Raleigh. And we'll talk about that. If you watch the broadcast, actually, you'll see him coming over to us. And that's us with Angelo Dawkins. Angelo came by. Okay, so this is Liv Morgan leaving. She was in a yellow
Jeep.
Yellow Jeep. And there's the Usos. Josie's screaming, Roman sucks. Don't make me cry. Trust me,
and there's Drew.
And so there's Drew getting in the car with Sheamus and waving at everyone. He made sure he took time to wave at everyone and everything. Okay, so that was the video. So yeah, that was an absolute amazing experience. And like I said, had Denise not talked me into doing that show, it wouldn't have happened. So thank you, Denise. Thank you, Drew. Thank you to all the WWE superstars that had interactions with her. Dolph Ziggler had a great interaction with her. The next night we went to Fayetteville, and we'll talk more about that show when we do the live broadcast, like the little watch along with this. We'll probably do that one maybe next week around the same time. I would love to get Josie's reaction in here, but like I said, she's got school tomorrow. So
yeah, it's hard.
Poor Drew having to ride with an elderly person. So Drew.
Careful, I'm older than both of them.
No. So Drew always. So no, but Drew always says, "Yeah, when I met Sheamus, I was 19 and he was 47."
The old man party.
Yeah, the old bastard birthday party. Oh my God. I've said before, those two need to have their own reality show because that would be freaking hilarious. But yeah, Daquan, please find me. If you don't have me on Twitter already, please add me so that I can add you back and everything. Like I said, this little road trip was such an amazing idea. It was hot that day. It was in North Charleston,
in North Charleston,
South Carolina. It was humid and nasty, especially when we were standing out there before the show.
The swamp butt was real.
It was real, but I wouldn't trade a single memory that we made that night. It was, but I can't even. But like I said, the following night is in Fayetteville. We'll do that show, and then the next week we went to SmackDown in Raleigh. Had another interaction with Drew, when we had an interaction also in Fayetteville. So we'll talk about that when we do those videos. Okay, I will. And if Drew appears in Charlotte, I'll be sure to cheer for y'all as well. Thanks you Daquan. So much. I wish we'd have been able to really see him, like actually meet him. When we went to SummerSlam, I was hoping that he would do the cricket signing in Nashville, but he did the one down in Atlanta,
Georgia,
because for whatever reason they decided to hold SmackDown
in Atlanta,
which is like 4 or 5 hours away from Nashville. I'm like, really? So we didn't really get to see a whole lot in the way of the SmackDown stars. And of course, for whatever insane reason, both Drew and Sheamus live in freaking Nashville, and neither of them were on that show. I mean, Drew came out and did his speech, which now it just, the way they did him at Clash of the Castle, don't get me started on that. I'm still incredibly ill about that. And now they've got him, and I've got this really sick feeling they're going to make him job to the Killer Clown, and I'm not happy about that at all. And I can tell you from personal experience, everyone talks about, the entrance. He's all about the entrance. I can tell you from personal experience. First of all,
it's not the same. It's not the same live.
No, it does not hit live at all.
No. In fact, the crowd goes mild.
When they showed him, I did hear rumors saying Drew could turn heel. I don't see him turning a heel. Is that 3MB? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It is 3MB, Drew. Yes. Yes, it is. And then I've got
if he were to turn heel, I mean,
I would love it because I love heel Drew.
That's fine.
But they've just got so much invested in him as a face. That's the only
he's like
thing.
He's the top face in the company right now.
He is. He and Sheamus.
And I know people would say Cody, but he hasn't been there that long. Who carried the company through COVID?
It was not Roman. It was Drew, and it was Sheamus, and it was Seth, and it was Sasha, and it was Bailey. Yeah. Those are the ones that kept that company going during COVID. So Karrion Kross. So you would expect McIntyre to win the video packages, fans momentum, and all fire of exactly.
Well, and not only that, I mean, he had been promoting that pay-per-view, that event for months.
Yes.
In the UK. I mean, they had him over there for 2 weeks at one time, just to promote that particular show.
Yes.
And it was kind of a homecoming for him, not really to his home, but I mean, to the UK. And
you had people coming from Scotland. His family came there.
You had this huge build for him
with the video packages. BT Sports had their thing.
And knowing that Roman is getting ready to take time off, this was the time to let Roman do his time off, do what he wants to do, and then pass the championship over to the person that had earned it.
Exactly. But I could see it coming. And Judging by the look on Drew's face when he came out for Clash, I reckon he was told seconds before. And they did that same thing to him in Elimination Chamber last year. They didn't tell him that The Miz was going to be cashing in and winning on him until he walked through the curtain.
Yeah, I mean, so
that's
you
dirty.
could tell he
that's dirty.
When he came out from behind the curtain, you could see the dejected look on his face.
And all this to bring up a guy who barely got out of the lower mid card in NXT 2.0. Really. And then now they're going to have him feud and probably lose to someone who is lesser than him. I'm sorry, all you Karrion Kross fans, he sucks. He sucks in the ring. And unless he has those vignettes where he's horrible on the mic. I was never a big Adam Cole fan, but he was right on the money with him.
And I'm sorry, TikTok. We're not watching his TikTok. I don't care about his TikTok. I barely even watch that app. I mean, sometimes I watch it because I watch bowling on there, like for some of my friends that bowl, but who cares about his TikTok? I don't watch his TikTok. Wait, is he talking about something else?
He's talking about that stupid hourglass he's got. And I hope Drew shows it up as you know what.
I knew what he was talking about.
I
was being silly. I don't watch his TikTok either.
Yeah, but I thought I couldn't stand him in Lucha Underground. I couldn't stand him in Impact. Couldn't stand him in NXT. The fact that he went over on Balor, Ciampa, and Gargano is a disgrace.
What's his woman's name?
Scarlett.
Scarlett.
She's the only
Scarlett
interesting
just needs
thing
to take
about
him back to the dungeon and tie him up and do whatever they do in their bondage gear. Leave it at that.
Get with that mask on, yeah. I will never forget that.
Yes, hourglasses do not TikTok. That's right.
Exactly. For someone in front of his home crowd, it was deflated. Yes, and actually, I heard the What Culture guys say that people were throwing beer bottles. People were mad.
They were mad,
and that's why they had Tyson Fury, and they were supposed to cut that feed off. After he raised his hand,
they weren't supposed to broadcast
after Tyson Fury raised his hand at the end after he talked to Roman, and they were supposed to cut it off, but they forgot to cut the feed off and tried to make. And I'm sorry, I don't believe that I believe they tried to make Drew look ridiculous. I'm so not happy with how they've treated him. I refuse to be quiet about it. He was done dirty as hell. Yeah.
I hope he smashes the
I hope he shoves it right up as you know what. And I've said that on Twitter. I can't. But so I think what happened was so the UK had the guidelines that you had to be updated on your COVID vaccine in order to enter the country, but they changed it not long before the pay-per-view. And so I showed.
They were throwing beer bottles and stuff, from what I heard.
Yeah, they were throwing everything that they could. They were.
I don't know if it was at Roman, but
no, they were just throwing them. They were just so pissed off. They were just so angry. But so when someone tweeted the video of the clown and his woman entering from Cardiff, I tweeted mother, and it wasn't calling him that. It was me saying, you got to be freaking kidding me. Of course, now I know what's going to happen. Of course, I mean, all he did was throw a water bottle at him. God, really? And of course, Drew told him, what was it Drew told him? You want to have a go? I'll shove that hourglass right up your arse. Because Jester and the other guys from WCW or ICW were in the crowd. They always have Drew's back. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
The original thought was McIntyre win at Clash, and then Theory cashes in. But we saw how that ended.
Well, even with Theory, I still think Theory's going to be a failed cash-in. Because, let's be honest, Austin Theory is not ready to hold a title.
He's not.
Not the title. I mean, you might put IC title on him. You might put...
They put the U.S. title on him.
They put the U.S. title on him for a minute. Even a tag title. But I don't see... He's not ready to be...
And if you're a Theory fan, do you really want him to be in that situation? Because you ask someone who... Like, ask Randy Orton. They asked him about, because they made him champ at 24. He said himself he was not emotionally equipped to deal with that.
We already know Theory has a lot of maturing to do.
He does. And then Drew.
Now, granted, he was nice to Josie.
Oh, he was very nice to Josie when we met him at SummerSlam. Yeah. Yes. But I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's some of the stuff that's in his past.
You know what, Marta? I see what you're saying about he might lose a briefcase to someone else. We've actually toyed with that theory, and you like that? See what I did there? I actually was kind of thinking that maybe Dolph Ziggler might take it from him.
I wish. That would be awesome.
That was kind of awesome. Because there was this whole,
it could be Gargano now.
Yeah, it could be, but there was this whole thing where, Dolph kept messing with Theory when he would try to cash in or he would show up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking that they might have Dolph Ziggler take that off of him. So we'll see.
I would love that.
Gargano might do it too.
I would love it.
I would be good with Gargano.
I would be good with Gargano. The only time I would want to see Theory actually succeed with this cash in, because I don't want him being the one to finally dethrone Roman. I put my flag in the ground and say Drew should be the one to dethrone Roman. He should get another shot at it.
But if they make it Cross, then
I will throw up because he doesn't deserve it. He has not earned it. So they have someone who is as good as Walter or Gunther, whatever you want to call him, and they've kept him in the mid card, but they bring that clown back and thrust him into the title. They had him in the middle of the Drew Roman feud that people have been dying to see. People have been dying for that build up, and thrust him in the freaking middle of this, and now they have him feuding with the top babyface of the company. What has he done to deserve that spot? Absolutely nothing.
So what I think is going to happen is you're going to see Drew versus Karrion Kross.
It's going to be Extreme Rules, and they're probably going to job Drew out to him.
I hope not.
I really hope not too.
But here's my thing. If they're going to have
that would mean Theory. That would mean at Survivor Series it's going to be Roman versus Karrion Kross. Who the hell wants to see that?
So I'm thinking.
Ew. Unless it winds up being a triple threat.
Let's think more long term here, though, because we know that the build for Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania is coming.
But
that match does not need the title, nor should it have the title. We also know that Cody Rhodes has it in his contract to win the title at WrestleMania.
Well, that's what was told to me.
Or at least that.
Can you?
Or at least that's the thought. Or we don't know that for a fact, but we think that Cody has it in his contract to win at WrestleMania.
And so he's probably going to wind up winning the Royal Rumble. But then again, then how would they do?
Well,
Roman versus The Rock?
They're either gonna split the titles back.
Well, they should have done that. It never should have been unified.
And then maybe have.
He needed that when it clashed. Exactly.
He did.
And they've been setting up. They have been having these Drew versus Roman matches at the house shows for ages. They have been setting this up, and it was supposed to be like this redemption arc for Drew.
Yeah.
He's never beat Roman one-on-one. And this would have been the perfect time, but he is getting an even bigger reaction now
than he was because he's been done wrong. So let's run this back. So we know Roman and The Rock doesn't need the title. They don't need that.
No.
Okay, so that match is going to happen at WrestleMania, I believe. I believe that something's going to happen with the briefcase, where it's not Theory that cashes in, but he's going to cash in, and it's only going to be for one of the belts.
Well, here's the thing.
Or somebody's going to cash in, it's only going to be for one of the belts, because that's going to be because the contract's they're going to say that, well, the contract is only for one of the titles. You have to choose one. That's what they're going to do to split it back. So that's how they're going to get one of the titles off. And then you go to Royal Rumble, and maybe that's where Drew takes the other title off of Roman, and now it's split, and then Drew turns heel, and then Drew ends up being the one that defends against Cody at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that means they're going to job.
I know.
I have a big problem with that, because that means they're going to.
I know, but
they're going to job him out to cringe Rhodes too.
Unless Cody defends again, goes after whoever has the the title that Drew doesn't have. I mean, that's possible too. So I think there's a couple of ways.
They're not going to have Roman lose both titles.
Well, yeah, they will, because you don't need the title on him to face The Rock. So now you have potentially Drew with a title, and then potentially whoever takes Theory's thing, or maybe Theory cashes in and he does have a belt.
You know what?
And then Cody beats Theory at WrestleMania.
I would actually rather see. If Cody does wind up being the one to beat Roman, I would actually be for Theory just beating the crap out of him with the briefcase and cashing it in and pinning Cody. That would be the only time that I would actually say, okay, let Theory win. But they did Drew dirty. They had him over there all week, months before, doing all this stuff. He helped make that show happen, and he was done dirty as hell, and I don't like it, and I never will. Yes.
Well, we know Triple H has a thing for Karrion Kross, so maybe it's not Theory that takes. Maybe Kross ends up taking the briefcase from
he doesn't
Cody. No, he doesn't. But
he needs to go back to NXT or go away.
But if he's the one if he has one of the belts, that could be who Cody fights. If he has one of the belts, maybe that's who Cody could beat at WrestleMania.
God, talk about a match I have zero.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying because Cody's big push is that he wants to win at WrestleMania for his dad,
so he can give the title to Dusty. What are they going to do? Have a Dusty hologram? He's going to hand Dusty's hologram. I mean, it might. The belt. Come on, my God, please don't do that.
Anyway,
there's
a lot of ways they could do this, because you got Cody in the mix, and when he comes back, he's going to be thrust into the picture. You've got Drew, who's earned it. You got Theory with the briefcase. So there's a lot of different ways it could go, and I think the briefcase is what is actually how they will split the title again, and make it the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship split again, and one go to each brand. So because the contract is for one or the other, right? Not both. That's what they'll say.
Are you talking about the Money in the Bank?
The Money in the Bank contract.
It's for one or the other. It's for a title opportunity. It doesn't specify one or two.
We don't know.
And it actually doesn't specify a title. If he wanted to go for the IC title,
right, they could say is a title. And Roman has two. He has the Universal and he has the WWE Championship.
But that means he would take the WWE Championship.
So if he takes the WWE Championship and he takes it to Raw, then that's who Cody would face, because Cody's on Raw. And then somehow Drew ends up with the Universal title.
I don't know if they're going to actually do that.
And then if Drew has the Universal title, then he can have his moment at WrestleMania.
He should have had it.
And
anyway.
It'll probably be. I mean, I don't see Kross going away from the. I don't see Kross going away from the title. From the top of the card anytime soon, because Triple H. He's a Triple H guy.
I don't.
Doesn't mean I like it. I mean, I'm just calling reality.
I don't understand it at all. He's just.
Giovanna, I know it's confusing, but there's a lot of stuff that can happen here. I'm speculating.
And I'm sorry, Kross doesn't. What has he done to get anywhere near
Nothing.
the top? Well, if any heel should be challenging Drew. It should be Walter, or Gunther, not.
Kross has a dirt sheet on Triple H. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm kidding. I don't know.
Not that stupid clown. Give me a break. Miss the good old days when it's just one world title. Well, yeah, but that's the problem. They've got two brands, and you're not going to have a champion float between brands like they used to in the old territories. They're just not going to.
Yeah.
So. And one guy holding the belts and not showing up, but 15% of the freaking time. That's the problem.
The whole point of having a champion is to
you just want to leave Roman. I'm honestly surprised that they have not pulled the trigger on that. You know they're going to be beating up on Sammy soon.
Yeah.
See, my dream scenario for that is that when they turn on Sammy, and you know they're going to turn on Sammy, it's going to be soon.
Yeah, too. And Kevin Owens is going to come in, and it's going to be Kevin Owens. I like what you said the other night, and this is all Cherry's idea here, so I'm not gonna steal her credit. But it's Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens should be the ones to take titles off of the Usos.
I think they should. I mean, it would be poetic. That is for sure.
Take the Raw titles off of them, and then somebody else take the SmackDown titles off of them.
And I would have thought that if Jay was going to do it, he would have done it before. Back when he first faced Roman. I don't see them leaving that. The bloodline thing anytime soon.
No, because they just.
I would love it. I would. Yeah, they just brought their brother in, so I just don't see that happening. It would have to come from Sami. Maybe it's Sami and Kevin that start to follow the bloodline. No.
I mean, we were thinking it was going to be the Street Profits. That's what I wanted.
I actually wanted that too because I like them too.
Yeah. I mean, and knowing that JD's friends with Angelo.
Angelo, yeah.
So.
But. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I almost hearing that it's probably going to wind up being Drew versus Cross at Extreme Rules almost made me rage quit WWE because I'm just so mad. I hate to see how big. So someone posted this on Twitter, and I had to laugh. Someone said that if Rikishi had worn a rubber, Roman's title reign would have only lasted for 3 months.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean when you do have one champion, okay, that's all well and good, but they have to show up. They have to be on both brands. They need to show up.
And here's the thing: when you only have one champion, you can't have such a you have to have your roster like here. This is why it works so well in the territories, because when somebody had a run in a territory, they could then move on to another territory, and then they could come back to the territory that they had left after about 6 months or 8 months or what have you, and it's like a big deal. Oh, look who's back! We haven't seen him in so long. That's what was great about the territory days. Now you don't have that anymore. So,
well, I mean, we can only lament about that for so long. It's just the way it is. So Daquan said, but if you think about it, when Jimmy came back, he never really acknowledged Roman. He just went with the flow. I would like to see them branch off from him and go back as faces. Honestly, I mean, that's a great idea.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, and actually for Solo Sikoa, I think it was a terrible idea to have him come up and
I think he needed more development.
He needed more, and it's not so much more development. Actually, on the mic, I think he's better than Roman. Actually, but like just have him prove himself on his own, because you're always going to have people talk about nepotism with
you gotta pay your dues.
Party for 600. Party for 600. Oh my God. Before I met Drew, I didn't know what his reaction was going to be when he saw the Union Jack picture that, he laughed his butt off. Yeah. So Giovanna met Drew. She was his first Make-A-Wish live
That's interaction. True, Daquan. He did say that. Solo, he didn't want to be part of the bloodline. But they thrust it on him. So I feel bad for him, because he's not gonna get a fair shot. And he, he and Drew were having a really good match until that idiot. He's from behind. He's good enough that after he pays some dues to be able to go it on his own. He doesn't need the bloodline.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually see him as kind of like an Umaga type.
Well, I mean, that's appropriate.
I mean, yeah. So Umaga.
All right, William Regal. But yeah, Drew deserves better than this stupid feud with the South Park goth kid. I'm just he
drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes.
Yes, I'm listening to The Cure. I'm listening to Joy Division.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the end is near. Well, shut up. I don't give a shut up. But yeah, I'm a little bit opinionated, Daquan. If you haven't.
Yes, he does, Daquan. I agree with that 100%.
He really does, and this would have been perfect. And I read that Dave Meltzer, of course, I mean, take what he knows with a grain of salt. But they said they wanted, the reason why they didn't want to put the belt on Drew is they wanted to make Roman the generational champion of this era, and instead of getting the quick pop for Drew. Really? So having the title for 2 years, granted, he's only shown up maybe 10 or 15% of the time as it is, but he's headlined how many WrestleManias, how many pay-per-views, and you mean to tell me that that's not enough? Really?
He's had his run. So Marta said someone told her that Roman didn't know that guy was gonna be there, and he was mad.
Which guy?
Are you talking about Solo?
Are you talking about Solo, or are you talking about Karrion Kross? Because trust me, I was mad about that too. But yes, he does need give him. I mean, what would have been? You knew Roman was going to be taking another several freaking months off, and I don't begrudge him that. But when you got the belts, they need to be on TV. Oh, so he didn't know that was going to be there, and it ticked him off.
Well, it made him look like he can't win without help again.
Because he can't. Drew had him beat. And he probably thought, I don't know. That whole setup just made me sick.
Yeah.
Drew deserved better than what he got, and the fans deserve better. The fans over in UK deserve better than what they got. This run is better than his 20.
Yeah, well,
they legit hated Roman.
Well,
then.
And you know what's funny is back when that was happening, Cherry and I said they need to turn him heel and they need to give him Paul Heyman.
That's exactly what we said.
We said that way back then.
Yes, we did.
Even when Paul Heyman was still with Brock Lesnar.
And I'm sorry, to me, Roman will still be the guy who said suffering succotash on live television.
Yes, he will be.
He just is. When you saw Roman on SmackDown, not happy. You were not happy to see Roman.
Yeah.
Start a week from hell for me, huh? So if you saw on my Twitter, I would have made those new drinks for Clash of the Castle. I invented the Drew shots and the Celtic Invasion. I drank a lot of them after that.
I just drank Crown Peach and Sprite.
I drank a lot for that pay-per-view. I needed to. I was so upset. But I could see it coming. I saw it coming from a mile away. I was nervous about it all the way up through it. And when Drew came through the curtain, I saw his face.
We
I was
knew
just
something was up. Yeah.
But I was so happy to hear Broken Dreams again, like everyone else was, because that's my song. That's my favorite entrance song of all time. And Drew had been teasing for weeks that it was, that teasing that song coming for weeks. And, in the vignettes with BT Sports played that. And then they played that, that package, which it was done so good. And brought it, and I'm okay with him coming out to Gallantry, but they did play it, and he wanted to bring that back for a very special time, and that got taken away from him, and it got wasted because you had to feed Roman's ego again.
Yeah, it's been a rough week, Marta. I agree.
Yeah, she's over in England. She's over in England, so
yeah, it's very sad.
And Broken Dreams took me back to 08. Oh my God, that was I became a fan of Drew actually in 2007 when he debuted with Dave Taylor. I've been a fan ever since then, and chosen 1 years, and yes, love 3MB, greatest band of all time. I'm telling you, they're the greatest band of all time. When he got let go, I followed him on the Indies, ICW. I followed him everywhere. And then when he came back, I was very happy for him because I knew that was always going to be his end goal, was to come back. But I hate the way he's being treated right now. It makes me so mad. And I know he's making a lot of money. I know that.
Yeah, but Crystal, it's just been a crazy, crazy week, period.
Period, yes.
With everything that's been going on. Like Marta was saying, we lost Queen Elizabeth, and she,
yeah,
that whole thing. I was shocked, to be honest.
I didn't think that woman was ever going to die. I'm going to be honest.
Either. I thought she was going to hang on.
Because let's face it, she was like
tough lady.
Yeah, you read about her like driving the ambulance in World War II and all that kind of stuff. It's
super strong lady. she's going to be missed.
Yeah, but you still miss Drew. No, Marta.
Yeah, I think that's possible with the heel turn, Daquan. We'll see what happens.
It could happen.
I mean, honestly, Cherry's been saying it for a minute. We wouldn't mind seeing the Scottish psychopath come back.
And if you watched the WWE's Instagram this last night, they were in Spokane, Washington, and he took the ring steps and threw them at Sami Zayn. And he looked in that camera and he had that Scottish psychopath look on his face and he said, TikTok. I was just like, oh, we may be getting the Scottish psychopath back. And he doesn't necessarily have to be heel. He could be a tweener. He could just be that dude, that crazy dude who just beats everyone up. I'd be fine with that, but I don't want them presenting him as weak and not being able to beat a talentless hack like Karrion Kross. Yeah, everyone thought she was immortal. Absolutely.
I mean, not just there. I mean, around the world, Marta. I mean,
right.
Literally around the world.
But yeah, I mean, a heel turn. I mean, Drew's not against the idea. He said before he wouldn't mind being a heel again. And some of his best work he did was when he was a heel on ICW. My God, he was off the freaking charts, nuts in ICW as a heel. He was so freaking good.
We threw a guy off a balcony.
He threw. Yes, he did. He threw Noam Dar off the balcony onto a table. That's about his.
Even he looked shocked after he threw him. Oh,
he was just like.
It's on YouTube. Go look it up.
Yeah. He was like He was looking at him. He was still trying to be the heel, but like his eyes were like this. Like, oh God,
I hope he's alive.
I hope he's alive. 2018 Drew was different. That long jacket. Yes, I love the Scottish psychopath. Always. Scottish warrior heel. If they turn him heel, I don't think he'll be the warrior anymore. He'll be the psychopath or something.
Or he'll go back to ICW. Drew Galloway.
Yeah. Who the fuck are you? Block this fucker. Block this.
Chill. Why don't you chill there, dude?
And
we'll say bye-bye to chill.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can kiss my fucking ass. You didn't ask.
Bye.
Him. Blocked him.
We're gonna report the guy too.
Yep.
Because that's hate speech.
Yep.
See you later.
Yep.
Because that's hate speech.
Yep.
See you later.
See.
Hide user on this channel. Bye-bye.
So I can actually go to his thing.
Sorry, guys. There's always some idiot that wants to put something out there like that. So I apologize for that. We really can't control what someone else does, and we do not, by any means, condone anything that was said like that. There.
That's fucking gross. Ew.
Yeah, that was gross.
Sorry for the language too, but yeah, ew. No. Amazing going to New York and meeting Drew. I know you had a fantastic time with that. But yeah. So see, what is it?
Yeah, deleted by Gooch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. See you later. Bye.
Yeah. Ew. I can't stand idiots like that.
I swear, such ignorance.
Let me see if I can. I need to find him and go to channel.
Marta, you're okay.
Yeah, you're fine, babe. Oh, he's blocked. Okay. All right. Good. I blocked his ass. Good.
Yep. See you later. Chill.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
You're not wanted.
Yeah. Let's see.
You know, when we can lose weight, you'll always be a jerk.
Yep.
How you like that?
Oh, did I do that? I'm sorry. Yep, you can kiss my ass. I don't play that stupid shit. Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah. I swore to, but anyway.
We probably should start wrapping things up.
Yeah, we'll start wrapping things up. We'll So what we'll do next? Probably same time next week. We will probably do the Fayetteville show and what?
No, Marta. I was just reading Marta's comment.
All right. If you guys want to report that jackass too, please feel free to do that. We fully support that. So if you want, like I said, next week I think we're going to do the remove that. I can't see what she was saying. If you got, we're going to be doing the Fayetteville show. Yeah, that was crazy, stupid too.
Good, Marta. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Fayetteville show probably next week around the same time. You already reported. Thank you, Crystal. And then let's see, we'll do that one, and then maybe the following week we'll do the SmackDown in Raleigh. And yeah, unfortunately we don't have any more shows because for the time being, because they don't have any. He's looking at his channel. He doesn't have anything on there. He's just being like I said, he's being
he has 8 subscribers.
8 subscribers.
So he's a troll. Is basically what he is.
He's a troll bitch. Kiss my ass. So we don't have any shows, any wrestling shows coming up in the foreseeable future. Like I said, the Charlotte show we're not able to go to, unfortunately, with Josie's school and dance and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully sometime next year we'll be doing more shows. But yep, next week we'll do the Fayetteville show and go from there. You guys got all his probably him with 8 accounts, right, Marta?
All right. Well, we should probably wrap up because I know I have to work in the morning. So
yep, so do I. So for Josie, who is asleep,
Gooch,
I'm Cherry, and we are the Disney Beams or the Wrestling Beams or whatever you want to call us. So as we always love to end our videos with, we will say love, peace, rock, a little bit of pixie dust, and a claymore right to the face.
See ya.
Mwah. Yes, getting more acknowledgments from Drew, absolutely. But it's 4 a.m. Marta, go to bed, girl.
Yeah, go to bed. It's only 11 here.
Yeah. So bye, guys. We will
see you real soon.
What he said. Bye, guys.